Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold! Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. 5 questions to ask yourself before you give up on budgeting by Philip Dancy of dancywithmoney.com. Giving up. Whether you want to admit it or not, we've all given up on something during our lifetime. Diets, working out, school, relationships, the list goes on. Shoot, I gave up on learning piano and guitar after 2 lessons. It was all because it was hard and I wasn't seeing results as fast as I wanted to. Most would agree it's the same way with budgets. Getting started is kind of hard. And then once you do start, you become discouraged when results don't happen fast. However, giving up on budgeting can lead to regrets later down the line. Budgeting can be a path to living your best life because it provides foundation for early retirement, traveling when you want, and building generational wealth. So if you're on the fence about budgeting or have already given up, consider these 5 questions or solutions to get you back on track. Question 1, am I regularly tracking my expenses? It's one thing to say you have a budget, but what good is it if you don't actually track how it's going? In my opinion, tracking is the foundation to any budget. Not only does it help you cut back on aimless spending, but it also gives you more control over your finances. Solution. Consider using the envelope method for some expenses, Excel sheet, or an app that will help you track better. Question 2. Am I using the best template or mobile app for my finances? Let's face it, not all financial tools are created equal. That app or even the budget template you're using might not give you everything that you're looking for. Sometimes accounts don't sync up properly in an app. Other times the template doesn't provide the analysis you were hoping for to better your finances. Solution? Consider downloading the Dancy with Money Starter Kit, shameless plug, or switch to an app like Personal Capital or Mint. Question 3, is my budget too restrictive? When it comes to budgeting, I often tell my clients that your budget has to be flexible or fluid. Something I see a lot is that individuals will set a budget, constantly go over it, and then beat themselves up about it. Things happen, and you should give yourself some grace. Solution? Consider following the Dancy with Money 40-30-20-10 rule, or give yourself a checking buffer. This will help with having money set aside in your checking account for those instances. Additionally, periodically reevaluate your budget and adjust as needed. Question 4, am I having money meetings? Think of a money meeting as a time to sit down and do a pulse check of your finances. It gives you an opportunity to review your spending, make tweaks to financial goals, and review how the previous period went. Without a money meeting, how are you able to understand where you stand? Solution? Set a weekly reminder to have a quick 10 to 15 minute meeting with yourself or significant other. Make it fun too. Have a glass of wine or your favorite spirit and create a vibe. It doesn't have to be that serious. Question 5, are my financial goals realistic and sustainable? Having unrealistic financial goals is one way to set ourselves up for constant disappointment. That disappointment could lead to less motivation to actually work on our goals too. We can't say we want to save $500 a month, but we only have $500 left over after our needs and fixed expenses are paid for. We still have flexible expenses to pay for, so that doesn't seem realistic. Solution: reevaluate your financial goals and income to make sure they're realistic. Try using the SMART method to make them more concrete. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time. Having conversations with yourself about your money is not as crazy as it seems. So whether you do it today or this upcoming weekend, go ahead, ask yourself the questions and consider the solutions. Most of all, I encourage you to give budgeting another try in the next few months. Common money mistakes by Philip Dancy of dancywithmoney.com. I've made a lot of mistakes, forgetting to take the chicken out of the freezer before my mom got home, bringing home the wrong thing on the grocery list, taking the wrong exit to my destination. Whether you want to admit it or not, we've all made mistakes throughout our life. But the thing about mistakes in most instances is that we can fix them, especially when it comes to money. Money mistakes can prevent us from living our best life, reaching financial freedom, and even leaving wealth for future generations to come. Check out these 4 common money mistakes so that you can either avoid or fix them. Number 1, not budgeting or tracking your expenses. The B word, spending tracker, financial plan, forecast, whatever name you use, we all know we should at least be doing something. When you don't do anything to track or budget, you're basically telling your finances, it is what it is. Think of budgeting or tracking your expenses as a form of self-love. When you budget or track your expenses, you're taking back control of your finances instead of your finances controlling you. And trust me, you'll sleep a lot better at night when you know your finances are in decent shape. Avoid this mistake by downloading an application to track your expenses or creating a simple budget to start. Number 2, living above your means. I think we can all admit, including myself, that we like to enjoy the finer things in life, including the latest cars, technology, and lavish vacations. When this lifestyle starts adding up and prevents you from properly saving or investing, it's safe to say that you're living above your means. It can also be one of the quickest ways to get into a never-ending debt cycle. I don't know about you, but I'd rather be wealthy than just look wealthy. Number 3, not paying yourself first. On paydays, I know a lot of us are making transfers to pay our rent, phone bill, or other financial obligations that we have. However, I believe we should all prioritize the act of saving before addressing our bills and discretionary spending. Doing so on a consistent basis enables you to build wealth due to the compounding interest that your money will earn. Paying yourself first can be done in a number of ways, including contributing to your employer-sponsored retirement account, opting to send a percentage of your paycheck to a savings account, or even just automating your savings transfers to hold yourself accountable. And number 4, not maximizing your employer 401k match. Question, do you like free money? One of the benefits that a lot of employers offer new hires is matching of their 401k contributions dollar for dollar to a certain percentage. According to Investopedia, the average matching contribution is roughly 4.3%. I've seen a lot of individuals either not knowing their company offers a match or they're simply not contributing enough to max out the benefit. When you think long term, this benefit could add several thousands in your retirement account depending on how long you're at the company. For example, I received over $9,000 in 401k matching alone at my previous employer. By not taking advantage of this benefit, you're missing out on free money. During your next money meeting, take some time to put things in place to either avoid or fix these mistakes that could be impacting your finances. You just listened to the post titled 5 Questions to Ask Yourself Before You Give Up on Budgeting and Common Money Mistakes, both by Philip Dancy of dancywithmoney.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary.
With Amex Platinum, you can really be in the now. Access to Resi Priority Notify. Yes. 4 p.m. checkout with fine hotels and resorts booked through Amex Travel.
We needed this.
And dedicated card member entrances at select events.
Let's go!
Means you can focus on the present moment. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withAmex. Card member entrance access not limited to Amex Platinum Card.
This episode is brought to you by Global X. Since 2008, Global X ETFs has been committed to empowering investors with unexplored, intelligent solutions. Global X specializes in exchange-traded funds that offer exposure to the artificial intelligence ecosystem, including themes like data centers, robotics, semiconductors, and cloud computing. To learn more about Global X's entire suite of ETFs, from covered calls, fixed income, emerging markets, and more, visit globalxetfs.com.
Here's something I like to tell myself when I've lost enthusiasm for a goal or I've given up on something that I know deep down is important. Every moment is an opportunity to start over and try again. So if you've given up on budgeting, perhaps consider that you're really giving up on the previous way you went about budgeting. And now you get to try again with another way that might work better. Whether that be experimenting with an app like You Need a Budget, or working with cash envelopes, or spending a few months first tracking all of your expenses so that you can be sure you're coming up with a realistic budget. Remember, a budget is just the simple act of telling your money where to go versus wondering where it went. It's an exercise in awareness over your money that contributes to the mindful management of your hard-earned dollars. When it comes to money mistakes, we've certainly all made them. I think the key here is how we respond to them. Do we learn from them and take steps to avoid repeating them in the future, or do we bury our heads in the sand out of embarrassment? I mention this because I know how discouraging it can be when we struggle with financial mistakes, but it's important to keep in mind that this is all figure-outable. The foundation for good money management is relatively simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. So if you find yourself making some of the common money mistakes outlined today and maybe feel like giving up, let this be your reminder that every moment is an opportunity to start over. I'll leave it there for today. That's a wrap for another Sunday show. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow, right here where your optimal life awaits.